The story begins with a boy named Alec who was fishing by the sea. Suddenly, a powerful magician named Eldis appeared behind him. Eldis, who was the kingdom's court magician, asked him, "Child, would you like to learn magic?" Eldis began teaching Alec magic, and Alec found it exhilarating because the magic was immensely overpowered. Eldis, being the kingdom's official mage, first taught him how to cast a fireball. Alec felt immense pride, having wanted to use magic since childhood. He begged Eldis to teach him more, but Eldis refused, saying, "No, child, that's enough for today, or your mana will be wasted." When Alec insisted, Eldis revealed, "Do you know that the magic you learned in one day usually takes people about 1 month to master?" Alec was shocked and became deeply inspired by Eldis, dreaming of becoming a great magician himself. Eldis then gave him a stern warning. "Alec, no matter how good a magician you become, never, under any circumstances, become a court magician." They began fishing again. Eldis was about to tell Alec something important when a fish suddenly got caught in the line. Eldis, despite being a powerful mage, was terrible at fishing, so Alec helped him, and together they caught a large fish. As time passed, Alec gradually transformed into an OP mage because his magical mana became incredibly strong. He mastered both fire magic and ice magic. Finally, the time came for Eldis to leave the kingdom. Alec was shocked and pleaded, "Please, don't go." Eldis replied, "No, Alec, I must go. And remember my words, no matter how OP you become, never, under any circumstances, become a court magician." He questioned him, "If I can't be a court magician, why did you teach me magic?" Eldis replied, "I taught you magic because I was fulfilling a promise I made to your mother." Later, it is revealed that Alec had no mother, and Eldis was using it as an excuse to leave. Eldis then departed.
Alec missed Eldis greatly and worked tirelessly. He eventually got admission into the Royal Magical Academy. While in the library one night, he found Eldis's profile. Eldis had also been a formidable mage at the academy in his time. Alec discovered that Eldis had indeed been a court magician, but had been humiliated and expelled by the people. Determined to prove everyone wrong, Alec resolved to become a court magician himself. Alec studied and trained day and night, and eventually he became a court magician. Alec joined his team, led by Crown Prince Regulus, for a dungeon exploration, and his life changed completely there. Regulus announced, "We have decided to kick you out of our guild." Alec was bewildered, as Regulus was supposed to be his good friend. "What is my fault?" Alec asked. Regulus retorted, "Don't you know? You're too weak." "I am weak? What do you mean?" Regulus explained, "I fight on the front line in every battle, and Ellie the fire magician fights well too. But you, a magician, always stay behind us and do nothing." Alec was about to explain why he fought from the back, but Regulus didn't give him a chance, insisting, "You have to leave our team no matter what." Alec, crestfallen, began to apologize, but Ellie interjected, "Apologize? You're not fit to apologize. Just get out of our team." Alec was left with no option but to leave. They taunted him, "We only tolerated you because the king asked us to, but now even the king doesn't care about you." They all began to bully him. Alec's lifelong dream of becoming a court magician was shattered. Regulus sneered, "You're a miserable magician. What is this dagger doing in your pocket? It might help you on the lower levels of the dungeon." Regulus and his team then left, cutting and throwing away Alec's court magician's symbol. Alec, still hoping to help, trained that night. The next day, he went to the castle to meet the king, but the guards stopped him, stating he was no longer a court magician, just a normal person. Ellie arrived and began mocking him. Alec pleaded, "Please just listen to me. Give my notes to the king." Ellie refused. She took the notes from him but tore them up right in front of him. Alec was completely shocked. He had worked so hard on those notes, which could have helped the king. Demoralized, Alec walked away. His dream was proven wrong. He was back to being a normal person. As he walked, he heard a familiar voice. It was his childhood friend from the academy, Yora. Yora was an OP mage with powerful abilities, and she was part of an A-rank party. Yora and Alec started talking, and Yora was thrilled to see him. She told Alec,
My lifelong goal was to get you into my gang so we could become the best gang in the world and conquer it. Alec was finally happy, reunited with a friend who valued his talent, unlike Regulus and his party. When he asked Yora what she did, she explained, "I'm in an A-rank party, and my only goal is to get you into my gang." Alec was delighted and accepted her offer. They both cried and decided to begin their journey together. They left the country. During their travel, Alec remembered Eldas's warning about never becoming a court magician. He felt like he was finally coming back to his senses. Yora told him to rest, as their destination was still far. Meanwhile, Regulus and his party found out that Alec had left the country, but they didn't care. Regulus revealed to the others, "Did you know Alec was a genius in the magical academy?" "Yes, but he was useless and not a noble."
It is then revealed that Regulus and the others had kicked Alec out because he was not a noble, and they still held prejudiced views about nobles versus the poor. Ellie then said they had nothing to fear, as a noble magician was joining their team soon. Next, they arrive at the city of Faisal. Yura told Alec that this city was filled with adventurers from all over the world. They first went to the guild to get Alec registered. The guild receptionist told Yora, "Alec cannot join your guild because your party is A-rank and Alec has no experience." Yora was shocked and argued, "Why not? Didn't you talk to Kracia?" The receptionist replied, "Yes, I spoke to Kracia, but she was very arrogant, so I didn't listen to her." They learned that Alec couldn't join Yora's party because A-rank parties venture below the 30th floor of dungeons, where many powerful monsters reside, and a new adventurer needed 2 years of experience to join such a party. Yura decided that they would still explore dungeons, starting with some low-rank ones. Alec and Yura reached a dungeon where they faced some weak monsters. Yura first cast a buff magical ability on Alec, making his powers even more OP. Alec started eliminating the weak monsters one by one. However, a strange thing was happening. As they killed the weak monsters, their numbers suddenly began to increase. Yura found this weird and decided to use her shield magic ability to reach the monster's nest to figure out what was happening. Alec, now anxious, stopped Yura. Yura told Alec, "Alec, I think you lack confidence. You need to return to your prime form and be the Alec you were as a court magician." Alec agreed that he needed to regain his confidence. Then he remembered Eldas's lesson. He must always protect his friends. Alex was filled with resolve again. He first used his fireball on the weak monsters and finished the rest with his dagger. But then, many bugs trapped them. Yura immediately used her barrier magic to give Alec time to cast his spells. Alec used his full power to unleash thunder magic, destroying all the weak monsters. After everything was finished, Yura congratulated Alec. Suddenly, the ground shook and a huge earthworm monster emerged from below and immediately attacked Yura, attempting to swallow her. Alec shouted, "Yura, quickly activate your shield." Yura did so. Alec then used his fireball and summoned a massive fire serpent, which destroyed the earthworm in a single shot. Yura was safe. She returned to Alec and said, "Alec, you are still very strong." She recalled their academy days when a 5-headed monster attacked them and no one could defeat it. Alec had appeared and converted it to dust in a single flash. At that time, their team had cleared the 16th floor of the dungeon, setting a new academy record. Alec was now fully back in his friend's party.